I'm Hayden Wild, and you're watching IronmanHacks.
Hey everybody, it's a great day here in Singapore. I just got out of the pool. Maybe I got some marks under my eyes from the goggles. I don't know, but sun is rising right here. I love it. Anyway, I want to talk to you about getting faster running. Have you ever heard that saying, to get faster, you got to go slower? I had heard that before, and it always drove me crazy. It doesn't make any sense. How does going slower get you faster? Well, going slower doesn't get you faster, but what they're trying to say is do more slow runs, do more volume, just do more runs, and you don't necessarily have to do speed work. So recently I had a run, it was 17 minutes long, and it was supposed to be at faster than lactate threshold. My lactate threshold for years had been hovering right at around 4 minutes and 20 seconds per kilometer. Let me put that in freedom units for you, those of you that are still using miles. But 4 minutes and 20 seconds was pretty much what I could hold a 10K at, let's say. Maybe it's a bit faster than that. But that's what I was doing for years. And this run had me doing 4 minutes and 5 seconds. So that's a big ask. Although it was only 17 minutes, it's 17 minutes of pure pain, right? So I went out and I didn't have that much of a problem doing it. And I looked at my watch every kilometer and I was inching down 408, 405, 403, 359. And I just couldn't believe it. It blew me away. And then it dawned on me, it's all this mileage I've been doing. I've been doing huge mileage at very low levels at zone 1 or zone 2. Zone 1 and zone 2 is basically your lowest zone. Like zone 2 is where you're pretty much just jogging faster than a jog. Zone 1 is a jog. Zone 2 is more of a very easy conversational run where, you know, you don't feel winded, you're not breathing hard, your heart rate is okay, you can talk. That's zone 2. So I was doing 28, 30, 32 kilometer runs on the weekends in zone 2. And then during the week, I might do 8, 10, 12 kilometer runs, and I would ramp up, build for 3 weeks, and then recover for 1 week and keep ratcheting up until the end. The last 2 weeks, I was doing 2 half marathons during the week plus an 8K, and then a 30K on the weekend. And then my last week, I did 3 half marathons during the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then Sunday, I did 32 kilometers. So you're pushing 90, 100 kilometers some weeks at the end here. And then I recovered for about, a few days. Probably should have taken longer, but recovered a little bit, and then went out and did this run yesterday. Now, why? Why does this work? What's the science behind this? Well, doing such runs does a few things. First of all, it builds the mitochondria. These are the fuel cells in the energy making units in your cells. So by building more mitochondria, you're able to create these little factories that produce way more fuel for you, so you don't have to use the glycogen in your blood and your muscles and your liver. The second thing it does is it builds the capillaries to take that fuel and take that blood out to your muscles. The third thing it does is it builds the stroke volume in your heart, the ability to pump more blood per beat of the heart. And it also may oxidize fat better, learning how to, burn fat instead of the fuel in your blood. And of course, it improves running economy. So it was really phenomenal how much of a benefit this had for me. One caveat though, one word of caution I would say is you have to be careful on piling on too much mileage too quickly. Usually you should only raise it by about 10% per week, especially if you're a beginner and you're not used to this and you don't know what kind of levels you can take. Now, if you've done big mileage blocks before and you can easily handle 70, 80, 90 kilometers a week, then maybe you're better off, maybe you don't have to be as conservative. The other thing I would note is I don't know if this high volume, low speed approach will work for very beginner runners who have no real volume in their legs. I think you need a few years of really good running behind you before you can attempt this, before you can actually build speed without doing speed work. I think if you're just starting out, you still need to do the speed work. You still need to do those intervals, go to the track, do those fast 400s, fast 800s. You still need to do that. Now, even for someone with more volume in their legs, more years of running, would they need to do that? I'm saying they don't need to do that, but it doesn't hurt either. So it's not that there's anything wrong with speed work. You can do speed work. It's just that if you have a few years built up behind you, I believe, a few years of volume, a few years of heavy, marathon training, then you may pleasantly find that you can just do large volume blocks and no speed work and still get faster. I love it. I love it so much. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep building the zone 2 volume, and I'm going to keep getting faster. At age 51, I'm faster than I've ever been, and I have no plans on slowing down. So anyway, you guys, if you got value out of this, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you want my free guide to building base volume, then please just click on the link in the description below. Leave a comment, tell me what you're doing, tell me what you're not doing, tell me what you want, what you don't want. I will respond to every comment. Okay, everybody, see you out there. Bye.